Hello everyone, and welcome to the Hills Folk Club's 6th online concert. My name is Adrienne Lovelock, and I'm going to be your MC for this event. Once again, people from the Hills Folk Club have sent in home-recorded song clips, and these have been put together into concert format by Peter Day. First up this time, we're going to hear from Jim Grote with his guitar, followed by Kevin Smith with his Irish bouzouki. And then we're going to have some familiar voices in new combinations. We'll hear from Jay and Miranda Morfey and Roger Calcraft.
Hello. I was born in Edinburgh in a fairly low-class area. It wasn't a slum, but it wasn't that far away from it. There was a lot of unemployment, a lot of violence, a lot of drunkenness, and especially domestic violence. It wasn't uncommon for the husband to come home payday after being in the pub, which was his right, so he says, and the wife complaining that she hasn't got enough money to feed the kids and she just get beaten up for her trouble. And this is what this little cheerful song's about. Hush wee babby, for your daddy's coming in, stumbling up the stairs and missing every yin, rotten the beer and stinking the gin. He's drunk again as usual, and oh my God, it's a weary, weary life. What would be a drinking man's wife? What with all this trouble and this strife? What but a silly woman? Hush wee babby, he's coming in the door, drunken big feet are skating o'er the floor. He's had a bucket, but he's thirsting for more. He doesn't ken when he's beaten, and oh my God, it's a weary, weary life. What would be a drinking man's wife? What with all this trouble and this strife? What but a silly woman? Hush wee babby, listen to him sitting there, with his bloodshot eyes and his tangled hair, mouth full big talk and eyes full of despair, and blaming me as usual. And oh my God, it's a weary, weary life. What would be a drinking man's wife? What with all this trouble and this strife? What but a silly woman? Hush wee babby, for your daddy's gone to bed. Morn you'll no remember all the things he said, but his tongue was sharp and all the wound they bled. But then I'm used to bleeding, and oh my God, it's a weary, weary life. What would be a drinking man's wife? What with all this trouble and this strife? What but a silly woman? Hush wee babby and close your weary eyes, cuddle into mammy and stop your tired wee cries. And in the morning when you decide to arise, your mammy'll be here waiting. And oh my God, it's a weary, weary life. What would be a drinking man's wife? What with all this trouble and this strife? What but a silly woman? This is a song called Wings by Brian Bedford. I could have been a giant, said the bonsai tree. Someone bound my roots and held me down. I could have reached for heaven, said the snowy owl, but they clipped my wings and kept me on the ground. I think I heard them tell me that they loved me. They'd care for me, without them I would die. What's the use of roots if you can't spread them? What's the use of wings if you can't fly? I could have been a singer, said the mighty bird, but they caged me and they told me what to say. I could have run forever, said the pony, but they bridled me and made me go their way. I think I heard them tell me that they loved me. They'd care for me forever, so it seems. But what's the use of voices without freedom? What's the use of living others' dreams? Why do people cage the things they love the most? Is it simply that they fear to be alone? If you give your love its freedom, it may stay a while. If it leaves you, it was never yours to own. I could have found adventure, said the angel fish, but my world's so small there's nowhere left to go. I could have ruled a kingdom, said the lion, but the land inside my head is all I know. I think I heard them tell me that they love me. They care for me and tell me it's alright. But what's the use of life without adventure? What's the use of strength if you can't fight? Why do people cage the things they love the most? Is it simply that they fear to be alone? If you give your love its freedom, it may stay a while. If it leaves you, it was never yours to own. I know I heard them tell me that they loved me. They'd care for me, without them I would die. What's the use of roots if you can't spread them? What's the use of wings if you can't fly?
Hi folks, the two songs I'm going to do this afternoon is one called Strange But True, which is by Trueman-Border, and the other one is The Whealdon Men by Graham Miles and another. First one's Strange But True. I saw something on TV about a doctor in the 30s who fell in love with a patient half his age. But she had poison in her blood, and though he did all that he could, the die was cast and she could not be saved. When she died, she stole her body and all he needed from the mortuary to preserve the dream that he once knew. And in his bed he laid her down, all dressed in a wedding gown. It's so hard to believe, it's strange but true. Yes, truth stranger than fiction, and life's full of contradictions, and all the plans we make, and all the dreams that we pursue are subject to the laws of change, or part and parcel of the game that forever must remain strange but true. I used to have a friend, and Ray Sparks was his name, and way back then I thought he had it all. He was the life and soul, and almost everywhere we go, the women waited on his backhand call. But the more I got to know him, I could see that it was all for show. I knew deep inside he couldn't lose those blues. Years later I met his wife. She told me he'd taken his own life. It's so hard to believe, it's strange but true. Yes, truth stranger than fiction, and life's full of contradictions, and all the plans we make, and all the dreams that we pursue are subject to the laws of change, or part and parcel of the game that forever must remain strange but true. I never cease to be amazed by the things that people do. Seems the more we learn, the less we know. Life is a mystery, and mankind's unpredictability is what keeps things so interesting, I suppose. And though scientists can't fathom the essence of the atom, when it comes to people, they don't have a clue. And maybe that's the way it should be, a world of wonder and uncertainty. Each day we're born anew, it's strange but true. Yes, truth stranger than fiction, and life's full of contradictions, and all the plans we make, and all the dreams that we pursue are subject to the laws of change, or part and parcel of the game that forever must remain strange but true. That forever must remain strange but true. You cricketing men, both young and old, whether you bat or whether you bowl, ponder a while on all you owe to the Whealdon men of long ago. When Cromwell in those troubled times said bat and ball were an aid to crime, let them be burnt was the command, and the Whealdon men were cursed and damned. On shaven turf all swept and rolled, we score our runs and neatly bowl, but on flinty chalk and stubbled clay, those Whealdon men first learnt to play. We well applaud those mighty hits that clear the boundary rope for six. Likewise for the catch we loudly cheer, as those Whealdon men did of yesteryear. Aye, we loudly clap when the 50's scored, And when 100 shows on the board, we give a shout and clap again, with a silent toast of those Whealdon men. You cricketing men, both young and old, whether you bat or whether you bowl, ponder a while on all you owe to those Whealdon men of long ago. The cricket that they knew is lost. Now it is win at any cost. Sandpaper used the game to save those Whealdon men spin in their grave. The Whealdon men.
This is the new shanty group called the Brighton Sea Shanty Singers. Or something like that. It's an ample share of toil and care we whalemen undergo, through many a blow of ice and hail and bitter squalls of snow. The horrid piles of ice-cut tiles that deck the polar sea. But now we're bound for the Arctic ground, rolling down to old Maui. Rolling down to old Maui, me boys, rolling down to old Maui. We're homeward bound from the Arctic ground, rolling down to old Maui. Once more we're blown by the southern gale, bounding o'er the main, and the green hills on those tropical isles we soon shall see again. But it's many a day since we toiled away in that cold Kamchatka sea. Then we'll think on that as we laugh and chat with the girls of old Maui. Rolling down to old Maui, me boys, rolling down to old Maui. We're homeward bound from the Arctic ground, rolling down to old Maui. We'll heave the lead where old Diamond Head as it looms up on old Oahu. Our masts and yards are sheathed with ice and our decks are hid from view. Our stunsail booms are carried away, what care we for that sound? A living gale is after us, thank God we're homeward bound. Rolling down to old Maui, me boys, rolling down to old Maui. We're homeward bound from the Arctic ground, rolling home to old Maui. And now we're anchored in the bay, with the Kanakas all around. With chants and soft hallooas, they greet us homeward bound. With their big black eyes always looking out, hoping one day to see our baggy sails running for the gales, rolling down to old Maui. Rolling down to old Maui, me boys, rolling down to old Maui. We're homeward bound from the Arctic ground, rolling home to old Maui.
This is a Graham Miles song about longing for the end of winter and the coming of spring.
January's all but over, February comes soon. The pale sunlight rises as cold as the moon, and the thrushes and the finches make scarcely a tune. Oh, when will this winter be over? When will this winter be done? When the green man walks the forest, then we'll know spring's begun. When the green man comes a-walking, then we'll know, The ditches and the gullies lie deep under snow. The bushes and hedges, not one leaf on show. And the bulrushes rattle in the stream's swollen flow. Oh, when will this winter be over? When will this winter be done? When the green man walks the forest, then we'll know spring's begun. When the green man comes a-walking, then we'll know, The foxes and the hestrels all through the grey day scan the white barren landscape in search of their prey. And if foxes and kestrels could speak, they would say, Oh, when will this winter be over? When will this winter be done? When the green man walks the forest, then we'll know spring's begun. When the green man comes a-walking, then we'll know, High on the fell side, crouched by a stone wall, the shepherd is sheltering away from the squall. He curses the weather and loudly he calls. Oh, when will this winter be over? When will this winter be done? When the green man walks the forest, then we'll know spring's begun. When the green man comes a-walking, then we'll know,
Jim Grote, Kevin Smith, Jay and Miranda Morfey and Roger Calcraft, thank you very much for starting off this concert. Next we're going to hear from Rene Steen, and then he'll be followed by 2 songs from me. I'll be supported by Peter Day on one of them. And then Lee Shaw will round off this segment of the concert for us.
This is a little song I wrote some time ago. It's called Crying Eyes. Every morning on the beach you can see me walking. My eyes are looking down upon the sand. Lonely steps I'm taking while I'm talking about missing you and me just holding hands. What have I gone and done? I've gone and lost you. Just when we were getting on so well, I still can't forget you, honey. I've gone and lost you, and I'm sorry, babe, as my crying eyes will tell. I'm walking now alongside the dancing waters, as blue as your loving eyes within, and the early sunbeams shining on those waters remind me of your golden hair again. What have I gone and done? I've gone and lost you. Just when we were getting on so well, I still can't forget you, honey. I've gone and lost you, and I'm sorry, babe, as my crying eyes will tell. The stillness of another lonely morning, as empty as my heart is causing pain. And I'm talking to myself about you, darling, and hoping that I'll hear from you again. What have I gone and done? I've gone and lost you, just when we're getting on so well. I still can't forget you, honey. I've gone and lost you, and I'm sorry, babe, as my crying eyes will tell. Yes, I'm sorry, babe, as my crying eyes will tell. Oh, I'm sorry, babe, as my crying eyes will tell. Here's a new song I wrote, and it's called Say Yes to Me. Oh, I think that I really like you. I like that certain way you look at me. Your eyes, they sparkle, and there's dimples near your smile as you take a quick glance. What do you see? Now my mind is wandering, and I wonder, would you want to be my special friend? Or perhaps you would even be my lover. That would be nice, you and me, with such love that wouldn't end. Oh girl, look what you've done to me. Do you see, dear lady, do you see? I want to ask you out, please don't say no. The words I need don't come to me. My tongue's so tangled it won't come free. Oh girl, just help me out. Won't you please ask me? It looks like you're here all on your own, and if I'm right, please let me see you home. I bet you that you be so glad you did. I'll be your man, and if you wish, say the word, and you won't be alone. You smile as your eyes meet mine again. I feel like you've just read my mind. Your glass is in need of refreshing. Can I buy you out? You agree with a smile. The sun begins to shine. Oh girl, look what you've done to me. Do you see, dear lady, do you see? I want to ask you out, please don't say no. Sweet lady, can I see you home? I don't want to spend this night alone. Oh girl, will you please, please say yes to me? Please, please, please say yes to me.
In the early days of white settlement, it was a widespread practice for women to walk long distances taking the goods from the family farm or the family business to the nearest market. This song is from the early days of Lobethal, about the butcher's wife, Pauline Eisenberg, taking the small goods that her husband had made down to the markets in Adelaide. The song is called One More Hill, because I'm sure that that's what she was thinking as she was trudging all that long distance. The second song is an old ballad called Love Henry. It's also known by the name Young Hunting, and Nick Cave recorded a version of this which is called Henry Lee. Old ballads usually have a message, a moral to the story, and the moral to this story is, if you're two-timing your girlfriend, don't be cavalier about it.
Thursday morning, set out after sunrise, down to the market to bargain and sell. Load up the barrow, Speckwurst and Schinken, stout boots for walking, I know the way well. Just one more hill. All the day long I walk with the barrow, stop in the shade for some water and bread. Adelaide markets will buy what I bring them. At sunset I see the town far ahead. Just one more hill. Walk home on Sunday, the barrow is empty, but for the money that's wrapped in my shawl, the way is uphill, 20 miles of rough walking, home to my family before the night falls. Just one more hill. With our dreams in a sea chest, our faith and our Bible, and hope in our eyes, a recipe book from the court of the Kaiser, to follow our trade and shape our new lives. The Lord may forgive me for working on Sunday, 9 children to feed. We must do what we can. My husband works hard and I must work with him if we are to prosper here in this new land. Just one more hill. Just one more hill. Just one more hill. Come in, my love Henry, and stay with me tonight, and you will have both candle and coal, my fire burning bright. I can't come in, I won't come in, I can't come in at all. There's a lady 10 times fairer than thee, waiting in Lord Barnet's hall. And he bended over her snow-white pillow, give her a kiss so sweet. She drew her penknife in her hand and wounded him full deep. And then she picked him up by the long yellow hair, and also by his feet, and threw him in her cool draw well, 50 fathoms deep. Lie there, love Henry, then she cried, and no, you will not swim. That lady 10 times fairer than me never will see you again. Fly down, you pretty little bird, and light here on my knee. Know a girl who'd kill her own heart's love might hurt a little bird like me. If I had an arrow in my hand, bow on a tuneful string, I'd shoot a dart right through your heart, and you'd no longer sing. Come in, my love Henry, and stay with me this night. You will have both candle and coal. My fire burning bright.
This is a lovely little song by Mike McClelland off his LP Ask Any Dancer. I asked him about it and he said he doesn't do it anymore. In Petunia we've got me, gonna float away, catch a kite and get tight, blow the lute on blues, get a new pair of shoes. Oh, what a sight. Me and the baker, we don't get on. He says he don't have my dough, but I ain't got none anymore, though I guess he ought to know. In Petunia we've got it made, gonna float away, catch a kite and get tight, blow the lute on blues, get a new pair of shoes. Oh, what a sight. Me and the milkman, we don't get on. I ain't seen him, but I'm sure it's true. He sneaks around before I get up, leaves the bottles and then shoots through. Me and Petunia, we've got it made, gonna float away, catch a kite, get tight, blow the lute on blues, get a new pair of shoes. Oh, what a sight. Me and the butcher, we don't get on. He's always flirting with my wife. Every time I go into his shop, he's always sharpening that big knife. In Petunia we've got it made, gonna float away, catch a kite, get tight, blow the lute on blues, get a new pair of shoes. Oh, what a sight. Me and the postman, we don't get on. He don't bring me no letters, you see, so I don't write to him no more, and he don't come to see me. In Petunia we've got it made, gonna float away, catch a kite, get tight, blow the lute on blues, get a first heard this song in 1967 on a record by Leonard Teal called Songs of the Sundowners. It's called the Rabbiters Song. I'd heard about the fortunes that the rabbiters make out back, the sporting life and the leery tales of prices fetched at Sydney sales. So I started off across New South Wales on the roving rabbiters track, with a hool-em up and a sool-em up and a fool-em up, me boys. The men who scalp the rabbiters are the Sydney market boys. A free and independent life, a life of simple joys. We camped beneath an old balar, our tucker was mainly fried galar, and we trapped them near and we trapped them far for the Sydney market boys. With a hool-em up and a sool-em up and a fool-em up, me boys. The men who scalp the rabbiters are the Sydney market boys. Well, I skinned and scalped and scalped and skinned till me back was nearly broke, with blood and muck all stiff and brown. The stink of me clothes would knock you down, and I slaved all day for half a crown from the Sydney market bloke. With a hool-em up and a sool-em up and a fool-em up, me boys. The men who scalp the rabbiters are the Sydney market boys. Well, I thought I'd get a stiffer check with the skins I sent from Burke, but the market boys in Sydney town, they weighed 'em short and they graded 'em down, and they sent me back 3 lousy pound for a month of flame and work. With a hool-em up and a sool-em up and a fool-em up, me boys. The men who scalp the rabbiters are the Sydney market boys. Someday I'm gonna set me traps to catch the thieving crew. What lived off all me blood and sweat, I'll catch the thieving bludgers yet, and I'll make 'em earn their tucker if it's the last thing I do. With a hool-em up and a sool-em up and a fool-em up, me boys. And a hunting we will go for the Sydney market boys.
Thank you, Lee, Rene and Peter. And I'll take the opportunity to say thank you for the opportunity to share some songs with you. In the next segment, we're going to hear individual performances from Jane Tassie and from Michael McGregor, and then they'll come together to give us a song as McHarg Creek. We'll see Roger and Jay again, singing in a new combination, and Roger will then share one of his traditional songs. And because Roger's song might have had you singing along at home, we're going to follow it with another one that you can sing along with at home, a club favourite, Providence Ferry.
On the verge of a breakdown, back in her hometown, never thought she'd settle down in a place like this. Cold coffee on the back porch, wooden chair rocking back and forth. Now she wonders how it all went down back in her hometown. Most people never left, found a job and filled in the rest. Never got around to leaving the nest, holding on and not let go. That path just wasn't for her. She got out faster than fireworks, never took time to slow it down. Now she's back in her hometown, looking out at the cedars and the oaks. The morning dove sings beneath the sky of blue. All the thoughts that led her out on that road, without a doubt, somewhere they fizzled out. Now she's back in her hometown.
makes a life complete? Roads travelled and people you meet, or is it just the silence of the times in between? Her mind's racing as she sits alone in a place that she used to call home. Memories are all around back in her hometown. Looking out at the light above the hills, her mama sings beneath the sky of blue. All the thoughts that kept her out on that road without a doubt, somewhere they fizzled out. Now she's back in her hometown. Somewhere they fizzled out. Now she's back in her hometown.
I'd like to do you a song now by legendary singer-songwriter Phil Ochs. There's no place in this world where I'll belong when I'm gone. I won't know the right from the wrong when I'm gone. You won't find me singing on this song when I'm gone, so I guess I'll have to do it while I'm here. I won't breathe the bracing air when I'm gone. Can't even worry about my cares when I'm gone. Won't be asked to do my share when I'm gone, so I guess I'll have to do it while I'm here. I won't be running from the rain when I'm gone. Can't even suffer from the pain when I'm gone. Can't say who's to praise or who's to blame when I'm gone, so I guess I'll have to do it while I'm here. And I won't see the golden of the sun when I'm gone, and the evenings and the mornings will be one when I'm gone. Can't be singing louder than the guns when I'm gone, so I guess I'll have to do it while I'm here. And all my days won't be dances of delight when I'm gone. The sands will be shifting from my sight when I'm gone. Can't add my name to the fight when I'm gone, so I guess I'll have to do it while I'm here. I won't be laughing at the lies when I'm gone. Can't question how or when or why when I'm gone. Can't live proud enough to die when I'm gone, so I guess I'll have to do it while I'm here. There's no place in this world where I'll belong when I'm gone. I won't know the right from the wrong when I'm gone. You won't find me singing on this song when I'm gone, so I guess I'll have to do it. Guess I'll have to do it. Yes, I'll have to do it while I'm here.
This is probably a first for the Hills Folk Club, a Guns N' Roses song.
Sure is.
She's got a smile that it seems to me reminds me of childhood memories where everything was as fresh as a bright blue sky. of a warm, safe place where as a child I'd hide and pray for the thunder and rain to quietly pass me by. Oh, sweet child of mine. Oh, sweet love of mine. Oh, sweet child of mine. Oh, sweet love of mine. Oh, sweet child of mine. Oh, sweet love of mine.
Rock and roll.
Oh, a drop of Nelson's blood wouldn't do us any harm.
Oh, a drop of Nelson's blood wouldn't do us any harm.
Oh, a drop of Nelson's blood wouldn't do us any harm, and we'll all hang on behind. So we'll roll the old chariot along, we'll roll the old chariot along, we'll roll the old chariot along, and we'll all hang on behind. Oh, a plate of Irish stew wouldn't do us any harm.
Oh, a plate of Irish stew wouldn't do us any harm.
Oh, a plate of Irish stew wouldn't do us any harm, and we'll all hang on behind. So we'll roll the old chariot along, we'll roll the old chariot along, we'll roll the old chariot along, and we'll all hang on behind. Oh, a nice fat cook wouldn't do us any harm.
Oh, a nice fat cook wouldn't do us any harm.
Oh, a nice fat cook wouldn't do us any harm, and we'll all hang on behind. So we'll roll the old chariot along, we'll roll the old chariot along, we'll roll the old chariot along, and we'll all hang on behind. Well, a roll in the clover wouldn't do us any harm.
Oh, a roll in the clover wouldn't do us any harm.
Oh, a roll in the clover wouldn't do us any harm, and we'll all hang on behind. So we'll roll the old chariot along, we'll roll the old chariot along, we'll roll the old chariot along, and we'll all hang on behind. Well, a nice watch below wouldn't do us any harm.
Oh, a nice watch below wouldn't do us any harm.
Well, a nice watch below wouldn't do us any harm, and we'll all hang on behind. So we'll roll the old chariot along, we'll roll the old chariot along, we'll roll the old chariot along, and we'll all hang on behind. Well, a long spell in jail wouldn't do us any harm.
Oh, a long spell in jail wouldn't do us any harm. Our long spell in jail wouldn't do us any harm, and we'll all hang on behind. So we'll roll the old chariot along, we'll roll the old chariot along, we'll roll the old chariot along, and we'll all hang on behind.
This is a traditional song called the Holmforth Anthem, and it's called that for no other reason that I can find apart from it was sung a lot in Holmforth. Abroad for pleasure as I was a-walking on one summer's evening clear. Abroad for pleasure as I was a-walking on one summer's evening clear. There I espied a most beautiful damsel, lamenting for her shepherd swain, lamenting for her shepherd swain. The fairest evening that e'er I beheld him, evermore for the lad I adore. The fairest evening that e'er I beheld him, evermore for the lad I adore. Will thou go fight the French and Spaniards? Will thou leave me thus, my dear? Wilt thou leave me thus, my dear? I know, my love, that you'll prove constant, as I will to you, as I love my life. I know, my love, that you'll prove constant, as I will to you, as I love my life. And when you return safely back to England, we will become man and wife. We will become man and wife. This maiden then she wept full sorely, beat herself upon the breast and tore her hair. This maiden then she wept full sorely, beat herself upon the breast and tore her hair. Cursed be the cruel wars that took him from me, never to return again to England's shore. Never to return again to England's shore. No more to yon green banks will I take thee, in pleasure for to rest myself and view the lambs. No more to yon green banks will I take thee, in pleasure for to rest myself and view the lambs. But I will take you to yon green garden, where the pretty flowers grow, where the pretty, pretty flowers grow. Thank you.
Well, I swing a hammer, but you know I'd rather hang my slicker where the boatmen gather. I have heard the angels singing sweet hallelujah high in the rigging. Oh yes, and I'll be ready when they call my number. I'm gonna get me a one-way ticket on the Providence ferry, gonna carry me home, and I'm gonna let it. Set one drive, it's an ancient rhythm. Better listen to the music in the name you're given. Joe was a carpenter, that's for certain. Gonna sing that song till they bring down the curtain. Oh yes, and I'll be ready when they call my number. I'm gonna get me a one-way ticket on the Providence ferry, gonna carry me home, and I'm gonna let it. Well, rock my soul out on the water, safe in the bosom of the ocean's daughter. Rope and canvas, oak and pine, they're gonna carry me over to the other side. Oh yes, and I'll be ready when they call my number. I'm gonna get me a one-way ticket on the Providence ferry, gonna carry me home, and I'm gonna let it. Well, I swing a hammer, but you know I'd rather hang my slicker where the boatmen gather. I have heard the angels singing sweet hallelujah high in the rigging. Oh yes, and I'll be ready when they call my number. I'm gonna get me a one-way ticket on the Providence ferry, gonna carry me home, and I'm gonna let it.
Thank you everyone who took part in that segment of the concert. Jane and Michael, Roger and Jay, Jay and Roger. And thanks to all of the people who were joining in with Providence Ferry at the end. Now we're going to hear from Lynn Hynd, and Lynn will be supported on one of her songs by Peter Day. Following that, there'll be an instrumental from Peter Day with someone else who plays equally well. And then, to round off this segment, songs from John Casey.
This afternoon I'm going to sing a song that I originally heard sung by Adele. It's called Make You Feel My Love. I later found out that it was actually written by Bob Dylan, which surprised me. But this is my cover of Adele's version of Make You Feel My Love.
When the rain is blowing in your face and the whole world is on your case, I could offer you a warm embrace to make you feel my love. When the evening shadows and the stars appear and there's no one there to dry your tears, I could hold you for a million years to make you feel my love. I know you haven't made your mind up yet, I would never do you wrong. I've known it from the moment that we met, no doubt in my mind where you belong. I'd go hungry, I'd go black and blue, I'd go walking down the avenue. No, there's nothing that I wouldn't do to make you feel my love. The storms are raging on the rolling sea, on the highway of regret. The winds of change are blowing wild and free. You ain't seen nothing like me yet. I can make you happy, make your dreams come true. No, there's nothing that I wouldn't do. Go to the ends of the earth for you, to make you feel my love, to make you feel my love. You'll remember me when the west wind moves among the fields of barley. You can tell the sun in his jealous sky when we walked in fields of gold. So she took her love for to gaze a while among the fields of barley. In his arms she fell as her hair came down among the fields of gold. Will you stay with me? Will you be my love among the fields of barley? And you can tell the sun in his jealous sky when we walked in fields of gold. I never made promises lightly. There have been some that I've broken, and I swear in the days still left we were
when we walked in fields of gold, when we walked in fields of gold.
This is a Frank Beddoe song, Copper Kettle. Get you a copper kettle, get you a copper coil, cover with new made corn mash, and never more you'll toil. You just lay there by the juniper while the moon is bright. Watch them jugs a filling in the pale moonlight. My daddy, he made whiskey, Grandpappy did too. We ain't paid no whiskey tax since 1792. You just lay there by the juniper while the moon is bright. Watch them jugs a filling in the pale moonlight. Build you a fire with hickory, dig just lay there by the juniper while the moon is bright. Watch them jugs a-filling in the pale moonlight. This is Blue Skies. Blue skies smiling on me, nothing but blue skies do I see. Bluebirds singing a song, nothing but bluebirds all day long. Never saw the sun shining so bright, never saw things going so right, noticing the days hurrying by. When you're in love, my how they fly. Blue days, all of them gone, nothing but blue skies from now on. Blue skies smiling on me, nothing but blue skies do I see. Bluebirds singing a song, nothing but bluebirds all day long. Never saw the sun shining so bright, never saw things going so right, noticing the days hurrying by. When you're in love, my how they fly. Blue days, all of them gone, nothing but blue skies from now on. Nothing but blue skies from now on.
Thanks, John. Thanks, Len. Thanks, Peter. And Peter's twin. This month we've had some interesting combinations of people. All good fun. Everyone puts a lot of effort into recording their songs, but getting the song right doesn't always happen straight away. Let's see if you can identify with this.
This little video I'm making in solidarity with Roger, whose blooper was recorded and not edited in last Hills Folk Club, for which Peter apologised sincerely. But I'm here to say, Roger, that I'm with you on the bloopers. It's bad enough when you make them when you're just singing with yourself. Mine, while living in a world of wonder, I have troubled my soul. I have spent a worried night. And it's even worse when you're singing with a buddy. She's gonna smile that it seems to me, remind me of childhood memories, where everything is as fresh as a brand new day. Right. I'll get it now. Yeah, I got rid of that. Right. And particularly when your singing buddy shows you that his fingers are really sore because he's been playing his 12 string and it's really hurting.
I'm not used to 12 strings.
Ooh.
This will have to be the last take. We'll get this right this time.
And then you do this 10-minute take where you sing the song 3 times to try to get it really good. And you do get it really good on the last one. And then you realise that that little thing that you're going to see in the next little shot, that little black thing that's down the bottom of the screen, it's got a little red dot, that's your external mic. When you're just about finished the song, you realise that you haven't switched it on and you think, oh, how am I going to tell him? And then you have to tell him, and it's heartbreaking.
Oh, sweet child of mine. Oh, sweet love of rock and roll.
I hate to tell you this, I didn't have that on.
What?
I wasn't recording for that whole last 4. I know. No, don't tell me that. Well, we'll just have to.
But you keep on going and you finally get a take, or you just from exhaustion go, well, that's it. But I think bloopers are a part of it all. And thank you, Peter, for mostly editing them out.
Thank you, Jane, for letting us share that with everybody. I can relate to that. It takes me multiple attempts to get a song right. I think I was up to take 17 last month. So that brings us to the end of the October concert. Thanks again to everyone who sent a song in. You're keeping the Hills Folk Club alive. We'll meet again in person one day, but until we do, we'll share songs in cyberspace. I'd like to thank Peter Day for putting together the concert, and thank you too, the audience, for joining us. And now, here's Jay to take us out.
Oh, the summertime is coming, and the leaves are sweetly blooming, and the wild mountain thyme grows around the bloomin' heather.
Will ye go, lassie, go, and we'll all go together to the wild mountain thyme, all around the blooming heather. Will ye go, lassie, go?
I will build my love a bower by yon clear crystal fountain. Round it I will pile all the flowers of the mountain.
So will ye go, lassie, go, and we'll all go together to the wild mountain thyme, all around the blooming heather. Will ye go, lassie, go?
And if my true love should leave me, I would never find another to pull wild mountain thyme. Oh,